Good. Thank you.
Something else.
Also, we have this scan Thank you.
Hi.
We have our Comic-Con coming up in October as well, all free event. It's at the Santa Clara City Library.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
We got our library things going on.
Thank you so much.
With BrainFuse, we provide access to live tutors for free through the Santa Clara Public Library. Just need to have a library card, and 24 hours a day, all core subjects can log on and connect with a live tutor in any math, science, reading, writing, social studies. Get the help you need for free.
Okay.
I live in Oakland, but I have to like this
What's going on?
I got you this.
Hello.
Hey.
We represent Santa Clara County Supervisor Susan Ellenberg. She works for county government, so all of these are free. This explains a little about what we do. And then we have newsletter sign up. And yeah, she represents right here in Santa Clara. Did you hit the air vortex? Yeah. Do you want one of those lights? Huh? No?
If you want one, you go get it.
Kind of an interesting one.
That's why there's copper and steel. For steel, it's copper. But these are fiber. The inside is fiber.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's right there.
What you wish?
If the animals spoil the insides, take out all of the insides so that they don't rot, and then probably skin it so they get all the meat off of it. And then they probably let it dry out, wash out the fur. And I assume that's how we get the pellets. Something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Take out all the insides.
This is one of the property we have. In fact, we have 4 of them.
Uh-huh.
So let me show you. These are the 4 properties. Maya Ogame is one of them. And then we have one Sierra Vista out at the Mikitas area. Right.
Oh, okay.
So if let's say these are actually I think here, this is actually 4 of the properties. On here, you can QR code to see what are the events we have. We got some guided hikes, and also we have the starry night for the astronomy, for the stargazing.
Oh, yeah.
So that one is actually on here. Every month we will have one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So you can actually check on the calendar and then just sign up.
Oh, okay. On the using that QR code on the back.
Yeah. You
Okay.
have to go there and check on the event, then you just sign it up. So springtime now we have the bear checker spot.
Oh, okay.
Butterfly, the Mayan. Oyama, which is this one.
Uh-huh.
If you want to join on weekend, you must actually join for the guided hike.
Oh, okay.
During weekday, you want to go there, you still can go there.
Uh-huh.
What you need to do is you just get into the site and then you have to register yourself for a butterfly pass.
Oh, okay.
Before you get in. So you can actually take this. This has the full detail.
Okay, yeah. Are these public, open to like to anybody, or you have to sign up?
Depends on each site. So, Mayan Oyama, because of the rare species for the bear checker spot, so you have to sign up for the guided hike.
Uh-huh.
But the rest of them, you are able to actually just get in yourself, and then the parking is free.
Oh, okay.
Sierra Vista is actually very popular and very famous. So if you want to go, you better go early morning.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's not very hard to find
Yeah,
parking.
you're not gonna get anything. Yeah.
You
Okay.
cannot get a parking, although it's free.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You can actually check on them.
Yeah, curious about that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Wow. You want to paint something, sweetie?
You can, if you would like.
Go back up or get something to eat.
It's up to you.
Go back up. I don't know where Daddy is. We go back up and then we. I mean, this looks not too bad.
What is this for?
Huh? The building thing. I'm just going to use it to put in my plants.
Why don't you get more?
Well, I don't. I usually use chopsticks.
Yeah, why don't you get more?
Of the sticks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. They just pop.
We need Lisa to double check that he would actually.
When I was a kid playing Mets games, you could take a photo in my garage. Nobody thought that would
They have a young Disney Plus. They have
Okay. What else do you want to? all the student booths too.
I know. It's like I think the kids created it. All I can say is, thank God. Oh, look at that.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi.
So this is information about all the programs that are going on here. If you are interested in any of the programs, any of the robotics programs, I can provide more information.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Very nice. Thank you.
Servicing of these systems. So I work here in Sunnyvale. Here's our almost the same size.
Then we go to or sorry,
Gas giants. They're called gas giants. 50 million years ago, or 100 million years ago.
yeah, we'll find out.
You used to love those things.
That's another for what? Cluster. So it's a star cluster. I like this one.
Hey.
Okay, star cluster.
Matching game here.
Orion Nebula. Yeah, I know Orion.
You can draw a chip from that bag and then try to find
Orion, I believe. Where's Orion? Our moon. You are looking for moon. I have moon there. Oh no. I don't get my moon. Oh, you
You can check.
yeah, our moon. You find it. 那你就要去找呀。
What are you looking for?
Orion Nebula.
Orion Nebula.
It's gonna be something like this.
Yeah, it's a nebula is like a gas cloud. So it will be one of these things, right? Like a gas cloud.
Oh,
Not Orion.
No, not Orion.
Not Orion.
这个你从哪里做呀？Galaxy and Galaxy. I think that is
Orion Nebula, so it's a nebula, right? These are nebulas. Try to see it. Flip the image and see which one is Orion Nebula. That's Orion Nebula.
So Neptune, then you're supposed to put it on where Neptune is?
Oh, maybe this one?
And it's really cool blue.
I think that's Jupiter, right?
That's Saturn.
Saturn.
Oh, that's Saturn.
I think that one might be the Neptune. This one, I think.
I don't know where.
No, is it? And then I think Mercury is the red one.
Mercury, yeah. It's like these planets. These are all planets.
Yeah.
The Mercury isn't really, it is red when you see it for real, but in the photos here, it's probably not going to be red.
I don't think it's this one.
That's Mars.
Yeah.
It kind of resembles our moon.
Yeah. So.
Mercury?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks somewhat like our moon. Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's this one.
Turn the table.
Yeah.
Being pushed by that. Yeah.
Pull on that side. Yeah.
I'll pull on this side and then.
I didn't
Okay.
check. I don't
Yes.
think we have a tank.
Hey,
I have
look.
some needs. Oh, you think that helps? I don't know. I'm just saying, if we have a long
Mercury?
Yeah. I don't think it's this one.
That's Pluto.
Pluto. That one. Is it this one, Mercury? Look for Mercury.
My idea, I'm just thinking
Venus.
it's like this, you know, some
Mercury
kind of
looks just like our
of all
moon.
these guys will
Very
take
much
it
like our
when
moon.
when
You're
they
very close.
They can't reach.
This-
We use that flip.
It's not this one, but you're very, very close.
Okay, we're always
It
secure when they
looks
pull
very
one,
much
it
like
doesn't
this.
drop. One, we lose.
I'll give you a hint.
This
It's
is-
a full circle.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mars.
Like 4 or 5 kids, each grab 3 chips.
Oh, yeah.
Mars, and then this
That's
Pluto. This one, I'm gonna say is the Sun.
You're going in the right direction.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
So how far apart would they be if they were to
Oh, this is not to scale at all.
I know, like they'd be like way apart.
Okay, yeah, this
Far.
one.
So
Oh,
once you
okay.
have the sun,
Yeah. Okay.
then you have the solid planets, right?
All right.
And these are
Cool. Yeah. Thanks. Okay. Okay, so we're going straight to the lobby or what? Okay, so we're going back to the lobby or what?
Daddy's at the lobby.
Okay, so are we going to the lobby?
Oh, yeah, well, wherever we want to go. Yeah. Daddy's just at the lobby.
How do you get a prize? How do you get a prize? You can play the fishing game.
Oh.
Are these little stickers?
Yeah, these are like notebooks, and then these are stickers.
Wow, this is cute. This one's open. Hold on. I'll take this one. Thank you. This is perfect for my trip.
10% off tickets today.
Okay.
Which is really what all my work has been about.
You want to keep walking around?
So, because this is non-portable, there is testing
Down here. I'm all confused. Okay, I'm done.
We can go to the.
I think they have other stuff.
Yeah, that other side over there.
No, I think we did go to the other side, didn't we?
I don't think we saw everything.
Do you want some water?
Right now, no.
No?
Not right now.
Would you like to try some purified water today?
Sure, sure.
All right, perfect. Here you go.
Thank
Would you
you.
like to try one as well? And then a little bit about the process is
So this is the cutout
water
of
that
one of the
originated as
cartridges.
treated wastewater. It is sent to our purification center
yes.
where it undergoes an advanced treatment. So the first step is microfiltration, which you see all the way on the right.
This is the real size.
So
like
at
a
that
proper
step,
cutout.
the water is forced through small
So
holes
there
about the
are
size of a human
900
hair.
of these.
So it's
I
already
want to say
naked to
there's
the
at
human
least
eye.
400
From there, the
RO
filtered
cartridges.
water then goes to reverse osmosis. As you can see, it looks like a roll of
I just want to give more clarity to that answer.
stacked
That
membranes,
we do every
and the
single day.
holes are so small that they're not even considered holes anymore.
We'll do, like,
They're considered holes,
just PSI,
pores
turbidity,
within the membrane.
clarity of
And
our
if you
water.
were to enlarge
But
one of
our
these
water-
pores to
water
maybe the
quality
size of like a
lab
golf
does
ball, for
test
example,
our
viruses would be the size of a human,
pretty sure
and
microplastics
bacteria would be the size of a skyscraper.
Which is not something.
So
it's a
practically
part
the
of our
only thing that can
research
get
and
through those
development.
pores is
It's not like
water molecules. From there, it's completely pure and safe to drink. But since California has such high drinking standards, it undergoes a second redundant step of UV light disinfection. Just in the case that something were to get through, it is in fact guaranteed safe to drink. And your end result is purified water. So this water is so pure that it's considered more closely related to distilled water than bottled water because it's even removed
But if you look,
the
the
minerals.
holes is where water's passing
And
through.
currently,
on the top
we
and the
use this
bottom.
water,
So
we
after it makes
reintroduce
to the
it
side,
to
water
the
goes to the
recycled
top.
water to
If
be
you're at
used
the facility,
for
it would go to the
non-drinking
top,
purposes.
and then on to the next step.
But our hope is to use it in our drinking water
40
supply in the
PSI.
future because
This one's
currently
180.
50% of our water is imported. So we're super heavily reliant on external sources for our water. And the hope with this is that when a drought does come around again, we are safe and secure and have a sustainable water supply. So every time you turn on that faucet, water comes out. And it not only comes out, but it comes out with quality insurance.
What's called treated wastewater.
So I'm curious. So how's this being utilized? I guess separately between the regular tap water that's kind of chemically treated with, chlorine.
Yeah. So the water treats, it would be reintroduced, so it would just be merged with the water.
Just drinking it right now.
But yeah, the chlorine that's used, even with that, is like a droplet in a Olympic-sized swimming pool. It's extremely low amounts, and it's very important to ensure that the water is safe. Because even the water that isn't reused, it's like it comes from streams and reservoirs and stuff, and obviously stuff gets into that water as well. So to ensure that that water is also safe and drinkable, it goes through ozonation as well. But yeah, so. To answer your question though, it is just kind of merged with the water supply. We would, when it does get into our drinking water supply, we would reintroduce any minerals to ensure that it doesn't leach minerals that maybe aren't like being monitored. But yeah, so it would it would have minerals added to it and then be reintroduced to our water supply. And then we're deciding how it's going to be piped, because obviously this is a very expensive process. But the hope is to, rather than having it routed through the groundwater supply, since it's already so pure, just routing it straight to the home.
Okay, yeah. Because I know that at least for some cities, you know, like when you look at Saratoga, they get their water from the San Jose Municipal, and then it gets sucked into a water tower where it then sits in, you know, kind of a tank, right, which has different kinds of minerals due to the metal and kind of the UV radiation that leaches into that. So that water is no longer considered as pure as, you know, straight from the source, right? And that concentration of that chlorine that they put in there, it initially, right, it gets flushed through the water tower first. So some of the water that comes out is actually a little bit stronger, I think, in chlorine, and it's like, you know, because people like sensitive skin and stuff like that, it becomes a little bit.
If you look at the parts per million of total dissolved solid, I believe in like the regular drinking water supply, it's something like 200 parts per million. For purified water, it's 40 parts per million. So it's about as pure as you can get. And since it goes through like all our filtration, it doesn't rely so heavily on chemical usages to purify it. But yeah, so that is one benefit, is it doesn't need to sit or go through all these places and sit. It can be piped straight to your house.
Right.
Skip the middleman since it doesn't need it.
Right. And so what kind of material would you use for the piping so that your water remains at that, you know, 40?
That might be a better question for Brandon.
So I'm just kind of curious about, you know, the whole, you know, distilled water process, right, or the filtration that you have. Because I know that right now with the current tap water supply, like for cities like Saratoga that get their water from San Jose, it gets pumped into a water tank, and then, you know, that pure water, so to speak, is kind of sitting within different kinds of chemicals and metals that, you know, kind of get leached in, and then it gets, you know, pumped out to the homes, right? But I'm kind of curious that now that you have this technology that can filter out the water to become even more pure than what it is now, how or what kind of materials would you use in the piping so that you keep that water as pure as from the source?
So here's the funny thing about it. First, we would blend this typically with tap water. So it's just adding to our water supply. We wouldn't keep it as purified water. You actually need to have a very refined piping. I'm not sure the material, but this water is so pure, it would actually corrode some of our infrastructure. So I don't know the exact material, but you're kind of on it. You have to have a different type. But as far as like it's sitting in chemicals and stuff like that, I'm not too sure.
So I know that the big municipal cities, they put chlorine, right? That's how they kind of purify big batches of water. And so for smaller cities, even though the small chlorine that they put in the big pool, right, once it pulls into the water towers, well, then that just becomes a concentrate, right? There's a higher part of chemical concentration because it's sitting in a tank. And then it gets dispersed out to the homes. And then eventually, once that, you know, chlorine kind of gets, you know, flushed throughout the cities, then it gets lower. But in that time when they put that fresh chemical, I mean, people at home can get affected by it, right?
So you're talking about two different infrastructures. So we're the wholesale water provider, and we send that water to local sellers like you're talking about. So like San Jose Water, City of San Jose. I think that on that end, that like, I don't want to just push away responsibilities, but that distribution isn't a part of our process per se. And I think the questions that you might have is more of your local seller. Because by the time it leaves our facility, like it's just super clean and regulated water. As far as like the distribution system that sends straight to homes, we're just not responsible for that.
No, I get it. I mean, I think it's, you know, the supply is only so strong as both sides of basically the process, right? I mean, it doesn't matter how clean it is from your end. If it goes through these, you know, sellers and it just gets dirty, then what you're doing is kind of, you know,
it doesn't help.
It doesn't help, right? So I'm kind of curious, like, how to be able to get it straight from the source, right? Because we want cleaner water, we want less, you know, chlorine, we want less, you know, calcium, basically corroding our pipes, right? I mean, how's that going to be a future potential, you know, for homeowners in the future, right?
I mean, I'm not trying to deviate from the problem, but there is essentially two applications. We can either dilute it with our tap water, or we can do raw water augmentation, where we send this water straight to a reservoir per se, or to our bodies of water. I think that is something that we're researching, but it seems like a tap water system like we're talking about is probably more feasible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a big part of a bigger conversation.
Yeah.
But I will say, as far as like water quality, you should definitely be looking at what water looks like before it enters your home. Through your local cellars.
Well, you can get those filters, you know, like they put on like faucets and like shower heads. You can see when it gets filtered through them that those filters, they turn brown.
I mean,
but I don't know.
I use my tap water system, so it might be different on where you are. So I drink tap water. And, you know, sometimes there's buildup of like, you know, the calcium and like the white stuff. But I typically haven't seen like the browning.
Oh, really?
And another part of that too is you're responsible, or the homeowner is responsible for their own piping and infrastructure. So that impacts water a lot too.
Absolutely, So, I mean, more historical districts, I would say, right? Because I'm right on the border of San Jose, Saratoga area, and that is an older city where a lot of the homes are built kind of in the 60s and the 50s. So I think my neighborhood, our piping is...
Take a quick conversation with
I can tell you a little bit about
I think our piping in our neighborhood is a little bit newer, but I know that in some of the historical, like downtown, they still have the clay pottery pipes, and so that's where I think the brown kind of comes from, right? I haven't tried it yet, but there are tests where you can like test for chlorine, right, or how many traces of chlorine. And some places, I'm not saying maybe around here, but you can actually see the water will change yellow, will turn yellow. So and that's kind of like my biggest concern, right? Because I live with, you know, people that have sensitive skin, right? And so I'm always looking for ways to say, how can I make it better for everyone in my area to live, right, without kind of being affected by our local cellars, you know, chlorinization that tends to happen very often to keep our water safe, so to speak, right?
I mean,
so the reason we do
like our water is not safe.
No.
Is because there
in my
is
own
stuff in
perspective,
the water, like little
drink
debris,
straight tap water,
you know, calcium and salt
and so
stuff.
if, like there's
So
a
if we
problem
just
in
ran
your
it
own
through the
home,
smaller
I think
filter
that's something
first,
that you definitely have
it would
to
clog up the
contact
filter.
Absolutely. And I mean,
So
I mean,
we do this
there's
as a
always
way
those
to
town halls where I
not
do
only
try to
prevent
join in and see what
the
they're
filter
doing,
from
right?
being clogged
But it
up,
is something
but
like
also to try to
where
get
we
as
turn
much
on our
water out
faucets
of
and
the
I'll
wastewater.
smell like a little bit of that, you know, kind of pool chlorine smell, right? And I've seen like in our reports that they say, oh, we're going to be introducing some chlorine to clean our water supply. So we are aware of when that happens, but the fact that I can't do anything about that from at that point until it gets flushed out, you know, through all the homes is really where I'm trying to close that gap, you know?
I see what you mean.
Yeah. So maybe if you had like something like this system locally that I could put into like right from my water main before into the house, right? Without spending thousands of dollars like the current, you know, dechlorinization, you know, whole home, you know, kind of sterilizations, right? Is what I'm maybe looking for more sustainable, right?
I don't want to speak into areas that I don't know.
No.
But what I do know is tapping into different places like imported water, which comes all the way from the Sierra Nevadas, and it's an exposed piping. This is going to be a better quality water, so it might help that.
And it's gone down the drain.
Depending on how clean they want to add water, if they'll add it or chlorinate it, I'm just hoping that this will make that water a little bit cleaner.
Right. Kind of try to work where you can work, right? Yeah, no, I want to try to help promote like this, you know, positivity of trying to make our water different, right? It's just unfortunate that a lot of the process is happening in the front rather than when it actually comes to the consumers, because that's where it actually helps, right? I'm not trying to say that, we should all drink distilled water, because that's not good for us this either.
And then
But
whatever
you know, at the same
water
time, right? I'm just trying to find a way to make it a little bit better, right?
It goes both ways, right? First, I think we have to make sure that we have a water supply. I think is very important. So this is still like really important to impacting this. But like I said, I think if there's problems with water that you're taking in your own homes, like we're not directly piping, and the water that we do pass.
Sorry, a lot of them are still frozen.
Yeah, and I'm just I wish you had some sort of like direct way or something of some sort, right?
This process, though, I will say, in order to do that, this infrastructure is.
It's super expensive. Yeah, I know.
Like, RO isn't using like tap water treatment at all. So
and bacteria.
This is just making this water super robust. So the wish, I think I would want that too. It's just having something like this.
And so
in like multiple areas,
practically only water molecules can make their way through.
Right, and I mean, I wonder how many problems people actually experience, you know, because of what's in our water right now, right? Because all of us, you know, get affected by the tap water, showers, you know, cooking, right? It's just, I'm sure there's got to be something, even though small traces of chlorine each time, but over time, humans live, what, 60, 70, 80 years, how much of that actually gets stored into the body, and, you know.
I mean, the toughest thing is all water is recycled. So we don't get any water, so we have to treat this as best as we can to have that source. Especially having access to clean drinking water, that is a part of the problem as well. So
but since California
I'm sure that there's pros and cons that need to be measured, but in order for us to have enough source of water, there's chemicals that have to be used. We import 50% of our water supply, you know, so
it's pretty crazy.
Just to ensure if something were to make it through, it is still safe to drink. And then the end result.
I mean, you see a lot of the dams, right? They kind of they drop the dams, right? Because some of them are overflowing, and you know, we try to get the snowpack, but then, I mean, I'm not trying to get into the whole, you know, global warming, all this stuff like that, but you know, I mean, that's where we typically get a lot of our water, you know, when it slides down from the snow, right, from mountains, but then that kind of picks up a lot of debris and, you know, kind of dirt along the way, right? So how much of that is really being filtered and, you know, kind of sterilized, right?
You seem super passionate about you know, and I think there's a platform for you to learn more. Of course, this is straight for purified water, but we also have our water ambassadors as well. So they travel through like different infrastructures at the end of the year. And you get to see kind of more of the behind the scenes. Of course, it's not connected to our local center.
No,
But I feel like you get a chance to talk to water quality and places like that too. So this is our Pure Water For You website, but on there you can connect to our water ambassadors page through valleywater.org. I feel like that's a great place to hold those types of conversations.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I didn't get your name by the way.
Oh, Brandon. Hey, hey, you know, we're gonna have to, you know, have a whole party, right?
Yeah.
Same name party.
Nice.
Nolan.
Nice to meet you. All right, well, I appreciate it. I'll definitely look on the website, and maybe I can see you guys again sometime.
Yeah, thank you.
Feel free to join us for a tour.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Good to like try the suitcases, like so that we could see it. Huh?
If you want one, you try it.
Well, I don't know. Do you think that it would?
Sure, you try it. Just grab one.
I don't know if I.
Just grab them. Go this side.
It's a tutor, so it's not a course, but it says you need help. If I'm working on my map or if I get stuck, I can instantly.
When only one color.
Okay, great. Okay.
Want to get them back?
Sure. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, actually. This water is.
He's in the meeting room right now.
I heard you. this is treated tap water. I mean, treated wastewater. This is from the wastewater.
There's a lot of stuff in there in the workshop. A lot of So this is one of several events that the city is having as part of their Mission campaign. And so the next one's going to be Night Market for 900 Lafayette. So Friday, Saturday.
So is that night market? Is that on the downtown area?
Yeah, it's like around like Lafayette.
Oh, okay. Next to SCU.
All of our information is on our website.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thanks.
Sorry.
Hi. Would you like a
Good to check.
Thank you.
How convenient is this?
It's for the phone.
For the phone.
Yeah, so it's like a phone wallet and you can put your credit card in there.
I see.
Yeah.
Actually, I like this one because you can even use your phone like that.
Oh no, this is a key holder. This is a key ring. This is a key ring.
How come you can't put your phone here?
You can, but it is meant for your key. It's originally built for your key.
Okay, so Daddy's listening to.
Yes, I heard you the first time.
Where that is. Anyway.
Right there.
Thanks, brother.
Okay, where else?
Nowhere else. That's it.
So we can get some beer if you want.
Quick question for you. So there's just this workshop here, back there too?
Yes, and then there's more workshops in the main entrance. Or in the main hall, you just go in and you turn right, there'll be a whole bunch of booths and workshops and all.
Okay, and then the food is all over there?
Yeah, and the food's all the way back on the left-hand side.
Oh, okay, perfect, thank you. Yeah, so it's just back the same way we came.
So that's it, right?
Yeah, just this and that.
Yep. Okay. That's it then.
It's up to you. We can.
We can just wait for Daddy. That's it.
Okay, so we can. If you want to listen to this one, or we could just. I don't know.
I also have Sarisha Bangla, who is an astronaut and an astronautical engineer. She spent over a decade advancing commercial spaceflight. In 2021, she flew aboard Virgin Galactic's Unity 22 mission, becoming the second Indian-born woman to travel in space. She's also a passionate advocate for expanding access to STEM and space careers, helping inspire the next generation of explorers. Thank you. And finally, our host, Jenny Bucos, also co-director of the National STEM Festival. Her work focuses on helping young people connect their interests to real-world opportunities through hands-on experiencing and storytelling. So again, please join me in welcoming our panelists. Jenny, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you so much. We don't bite. You can move in. I'm going to have a conversation. I haven't, full disclosure, these women intimidate me and they're my friends because they're so incredible. We're going to have a conversation today about careers that span space, science, storytelling, and discovery. I have not told them the questions I'm going to ask them today, so this will come as a complete surprise to them. But think about the questions you might want to ask. So we're just going to have a conversation, and then when you're ready to ask your questions, I mean, you have 3 extraordinary human beings up here who have done things that, like, child me could only imagine doing growing up. So I know we had some.
Oh yeah, they had robotics. Yeah.
Very quickly, and I'm going to start with you, Sarisha. Can you simplify and tell us who you are, what you do, and one thing about your work that makes you still say, "Wow, I don't believe I can do this."
Hello, there we go. It just takes a little second. Hi everyone, I'm Sarisha. I'm an aerospace engineer. Spent a decade at a company called Virgin Galactic, where I was able to join the first test flight for the space ship that we developed. And I got to do research in space, which I'm really passionate about. And one thing I just still pinch myself is that I couldn't be a NASA astronaut because I had a physical limitation. I have very bad eyesight. So when I was looking to see whose footsteps I could follow in, there was none. So I ended up creating a path to going to space in a non-traditional way. And I pinch myself that I not only did that, but was able to be in a position to open up the door for more and more people to go to space after me, and that's what I'm really jazzed about.
Carrie, your pinch me moment, who you are, and what you do simplified.
Well, I was on a television show called Mythbusters for over a decade. And one of the most amazing byproducts of that is that teachers started using the show in classrooms to explain science, technology, engineering, problem solving. And I had the chance to go to my old high school and see this happening with the physics teacher that on his very first day, I was his student, and this was his very last day. And he got to have that moment of pride of me going back to his classroom and explaining the impact that I had, and he actually brought me to tears with that. So big up to Mr. Burns. Thank you for giving that back to me.
Give it up for Mr. Burns, who judges applications for the National STEM Festival.
Still wildly involved, and I believe he's viral on YouTube for explaining gravity.
Tracy?
Hi.
Same question.
It was the pinch me moment?
It's simplified who you are, what you do, and why do you pinch yourself every day thinking, I can't believe I get to do this?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. A lot of days I'm like, do I have to do this? No, I'm just kidding. My name is Tracy Panara. I'm an environmental engineer, hydrologist, oceanographer. I've done a lot of things, basically go to systems. Everything is connected. And so it's really hard for me to just focus on one part of Earth systems because everything is so connected. And honestly, like when it was a long time ago, my little cousin was 11 and she was obsessed with Kim Kardashian, and she was like, you know, looking at all the Instagram, like there's gotta be someone like who she could look up to that looks like her. And besides Carrie Byron, there was like no one on TV. And so like that's when I started doing TV shows. I tried to follow in Carrie's footsteps with the Mythbusters reboot that was not even close to being as good as the original, which is why you guys have not heard of it. And then really so I followed Plume Transport for a long time, like pharmaceuticals, like nutrients, anything in our water and how it circulates. And I was asked to host a Discovery show that follows the impact of our chemicals on sharks. And I think that was my big pinch me moment. I know it's kind of lame compared to all this other stuff that everybody and even I have done, but personally, that was like a big deal for me because I was able to show the public the impact that we have on these amazing apex predators on such on a platform that is usually all about crazy things that sharks are doing, and we were able to bring an environmental piece to that.
Hey Jenny, first, can I expand on my pinch me moment? Because I really think it brings in my pinch me moment to you as well. Which is that Jenny and I, we co-founded and co-directed the National STEM Festival. And if you don't know what that is yet, go look this up, nationalstemfestival.com.
You gotta
it's basically America's science fair, but bigger
add
and
this, use the number
better.
or whatever.
It's an annual event in Washington, D.C. where we celebrate
I think it's just hers.
the amazing youth that this country has. We challenge high school and middle school students to create innovative projects that will address real-world problems using science, technology, engineering, and math. Kids from across the United States show up in DC to represent their state or territory, all the way from like American Samoa, and they come there for an expo, a VIP expo, as well as days worth of mentoring, team building, networking, and all kinds of amazing opportunities. On the website, you will see the projects that these kids present. It will give you hope for the future. It will make you feel like we are really headed in an amazing direction, and it will make you so proud of being in this country.
What are you doing?
Okay, so question for the young people in the room. When you were a kid, what were you obsessed with? And Tracy, I'm going to start with you. What were you obsessed with as a kid? And can you see a connection between that kid and the person you are today?
Yeah. As a kid, I was obsessed with animals. I loved animals, but all animals. So picking one animal to study throughout my life wasn't really a thing. I was obsessed with all animals. And so that got me obsessed with water, because it really does connect us all. And then I learned from a 4th grade teacher that there was a hazardous waste dump site right near where I lived. So industries were dumping toxins into a canalway for decades. And then they just covered it up with sod and sold it to a school district for $1. And people started building houses in schools, and there were cancer clusters and birth defects. And that's when I realized how everything that we put into the environment eventually comes back to us and the animals. So those two things from when I was little that I got obsessed with, like the dark things and then also the animals, created the person that I am today, where I connect all that through water.
Carrie, what were you obsessed with as a kid?
There's a bunch of kids in the room, so I probably shouldn't say fire. No, I like
sense.
I'm a maker. I like making things. I've always made crazy crafts out of anything I could find out of the garbage can and the recycling bin. I love making, and I love destroying things. I am one of those people that used to take apart things to my parents' frustration, because I never could put them all together with all of their parts. So they lost a toaster here and there, or, you know, that kind of thing. I just really, really like to see how things work and to make them into something completely different.
I believe that Carrie was at the White House when former President Obama was in office, and he introduced Carrie to, next I'm going to introduce a woman who gets to blow things up for a living. So I can definitely see you as a kid making and breaking and trying to fix things. And I think the whole country. Sarisha, you?
I was a kid that was obsessed with space, and if that is who I am today still, I think still the same. But I was a child that at 3 years old looked up at the stars and decided that's where I wanted to be, and made it my life mission to go into space. And space became more of an obsession than a profession to me, and it still is to this day. But the second thing I was obsessed with were sharks.
The speakers, the person on the right.
And one of the biggest things that I see as that encouraged me to go to space is I saw Dr. Kalpana Chawla, the first Indian woman to go to space. And I never met her in my life, but just seeing her do something that I was interested in removed a lot of mental barriers and really gave me that courage to go after my dream. I had not yet seen Tracy on TV, so maybe you had seen Tracy on TV. I would have been somehow meeting with sharks right now. But it was really seeing people that represented my beliefs that really gave me that courage to go. So I think that's Kalpana Chawla is one of the reasons I am here.
The one on the
Okay,
far
so
right.
we know what you were all obsessed with, and we see the line. What kind of kid grows into someone
see
like
the
you?
same way it's supposed to.
What kind of kid does it take to be someone like you?
Any kid. Any kid can do what we do. It really is just being curious. I, as an artist, ended up in a STEM career hosting the National STEM Festival, Science, Technology, Engineering, Math. I was an artist. So there is a non-linear path to get to an amazing career. It doesn't have to be,
Yeah, for $30. Sure.
Well, how about there's a place called